everyone, thanks for getting into this video which is going to introduce the staphylococcal food poisoning, a kind of disease caused by bacterial cells. This type of bacteria is so close to us. They live with us without causing infirmity and illness in a normal situation. Therefore, they are often left behind. Now, let's move on to the basic information of staphylococcal food poisoning. Staphylococcal food poisoning is a type of gastrointestinal illnesses. People suffer from staphylococcal food poisoning will have diarrhea for about 2 to 8 hours after the contaminated food is eaten. Sudden start of nausea, vomiting, retching, abdominal or stomach cramping, and prostration, sometimes fever. In severe cases, patients may present with headache, severe fluid or electrolyte loss with weakness, and low blood pressure or shock. The incubation period is about 30 minutes to 8 hours. Usually, those symptoms appear within 2 to 4 hours. Patients recover within 2 days but can take longer in severe cases as they require hospitalization. For the causative agent from both confirmed and suspected cases, stay by the Hong Kong Center for Health Protection. Staphylococcus aureus bacteria is one of the 3 main bacterial organisms that cause the most of the confirmed bacterial food poisoning outbreaks. It is caused by Staphylococcus aureus bacteria. They usually occur in pair, short chains, or grape-like clusters. Staphylococcus aureus bacteria is a kind of gram-positive bacteria and belong to normal flora. They are common as they appear in about 25% of people and animals' body, like skin and nose area. They are thermodynamically unfavorable, but they have the ability to make staphylococcal enterotoxins, which are kind of toxins that resistant to heat and digestive enzymes. Staphylococcus aureus bacteria can produce 20 different kinds of staphylococcal enterotoxins, which also called SEs. In those enterotoxins, SEA and SEB are the best.
Staphylococcus aureus also lives in the human body. There are chances of getting infections if we do not wash hands before handling food. They easily grow on meat, eggs, or dairy products and release enterotoxins. Even 1 micrometer can cause illness. As we mentioned before, staphylococcal enterotoxin is thermodynamically favorable, which is resistant to proteases, and they still exist under high temperature. These enterotoxins can cause diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, dehydration, or fever. Now, we talk about how they work. When you eat this spoiled food, which then enter the stomach, the bacteria can be killed by HCl inside the stomach. But the enterotoxins released by the Staphylococcal aureus will not be killed under acidic environment. They still appear in the digestive system. When the enterotoxin enters the small intestine, it triggers the T cell to release the cytokines. Also, enterotoxin is the superantigen which is not specified in binding. Therefore, more T cells will release cytokines to avoid the epithelial cells from absorbing the enterotoxins and pass out through vomiting or diarrhea that will cause the dehydration. At the time being, we will have to drink more water.
Here is the figure to show when the staphylococcal enterotoxin directly binds on the body cell to trigger an immune response. I discuss it one by one. Let me explain what is the major histocompatibility complex processing, lymphatic macrophage, to be one of the examples. Here is the outline of the immune response. When the extracellular pathogen stays in the human body, the phagocyte bind on the unknown pathogen. Phagocyte engulfs pathogen and release cytosol in the Golgi complex. Lysosomes contain lysocytes, which can break the large pathogen to small fragments. The phagocytes function as antigen-presenting cells. In the APC, the pathogen fragments bind with the Cas2 MHC that formed the binding antigen MHC complex on the antigen-presenting cell surface. Meanwhile, T helper cells come and activated by the binding antigen MHC and release cytokines, which contribute to activating other cells, such as enhancement of the antibodies of the B cells and the growth of the cytotoxic T cell and the reaction of phagocytosis. As I mentioned before, phagocytosis is the process that the phagocytes engulf and digest the unknown pathogen into small fragments. For the B cells, since they have been activated by the CD4 T cells, some B cells become plasma cells which secrete antibodies, such as immunoglobulin G IgG. The IgG neutralizes the toxin that the Staphylococcus always secreted. In the cytotoxic T cell process, they release cytotoxic granules, which are the enzymes can break the structure of the staphylococcal antiotoxins. Once the staphylococcal antiotoxin overcome the immunity, it can cause illness. The symptoms of the staphylococcal food poisoning, such as diarrhea and vomiting.
If we got the Staphylococcus food poisoning, how can it be treated? Unfortunately, there is no drug to clear all the enterotoxin of Staphylococcus. The most effective ways to remove all the enterotoxin are vomiting and diarrhea. Please be reminded that antibiotics are not useful in treating the Staphylococcus food poisoning, which is caused by the toxin but not the bacteria. The most important is to drink plenty of fluids, because in this period our body may have excessive water lost due to the vomiting and diarrhea. Drinking plenty of fluid can refill the water content of body, which can prevent the dehydrations. Also, take more rest in order to give time for body to repair. If you feel nauseous, doctor may give you anti-nausea drug to control the bad feeling of.
In prevention, we should wash hands for around 20 seconds and under fingernails with soap and water before handling food. And we should wear gloves while preparing food. Do not handle food when you got wounds or other skin infections. Next, kitchens and food serving areas should be clean and sanitized. Raw food should be separated from cooked food. Then, cook the food fully and it should not be placed in an open area for longer than 2 hours. Food should be placed in the refrigerator as soon as possible. In sanitary aspects, diapers for babies should be changed frequently. Also, we should not share towels and wet washcloths. In Hong Kong, the Center of Food Safety has been playing a major role in food poisoning prevention. Investigations and control measures will be implemented by the Center of Food Safety in order to prevent further outbreaks. It includes health education and enforcement actions from verbal warnings, posture of the related food premises, etc. The Center of Food Safety has been targeting food handlers who handle high-risk food items in terms of the adoption of hazard analysis and critical control points (HACCP) system in food processing. The system is going to promote through the ways of workshops and seminars. Other ways to manage risk for food safety promotion include licensing of food premises, regular inspection, and implementation of food surveillance program. Prompt risk management actions will be carried out whatever food poisoning happens.
As we mentioned before, Staphylococcus exists everywhere in life, so take action and alert yourself to the risk of the staphylococcal food poisoning anytime. We would like to make full offense for the following reference. And thanks for watching.